Hello, my name is Karen and I am going to create a spoon decoration on the dollar store's 13-inch, I believe, decorative plate. I drilled a couple holes into it. The two at the top I will use later on so I can hang my project, hang my piece. So today I'm going to work with spoons. I'm going to create like a peacock's tail, so to speak. All my spoons are already cut. They were actually snapped off at this little spot. They are from the Dollar Tree. Everything I use is from the Dollar Tree except for paint and the E6000. I even use Dollar Tree glue sticks, which work great. So I will start out. I work backwards, so I have the top closest to me, and I'm going to start with the position of my first spoon. And a lot of people ask me for instructions and directions, and I don't have them. I don't work that way, unfortunately. I'm just kind of creative, and I figure it out as I go. And I've already figured out something with this. Let's see, so I'm going to wipe this off. I think it's going to be better if I place the glue instead of at the tip here, if I place it on the back of the spoon, at the bottom part right here. So here we go with my first one. On everything I do, I use the hot glue and the E6000. And I like to keep my fan here. I'm sorry if it's noisy, but it helps the hot glue dry a lot quicker versus it trying to dry on this warm, beautiful day we're having here in Northern California. So I'm going to go ahead and get this row started. Okay, and I'll be back in just a moment. Well, I glued a few of the spoon pieces on, and the creativity in me is coming out. So I'm going to try positioning them sideways, actually. So now I need to clean up the glue so I can start over. This is why I don't have instructions, is because I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the top, and I think I want to do the spoons, I don't know, at an angle, I think. Oh, maybe I could do it like this. Oh, how about I do them upside down? Okay, let me figure this out. Alright, well, I've scrapped that idea already. And I'm just going to start from the rim, or the edge, inside rim or edge of the plate, and work from there instead of trying to do it from the very edge. So I will see how this goes. So let's see if I can get more than, oh, what am I doing? Oh, if I can get more than 5 pieces placed before I scrap this idea as well. So let me see. Oh, okay. I can't even remember how I glued the first 2 when I'm on the 3rd one. So let's see. Okay, well, this actually might work out pretty well. I have 4 pieces placed. Let's see if I can get a whole row done. And one thing to remember, look, I have more than 5 done, but one thing to remember is don't throw anything out. You never know what it can be repurposed for. A good example would be the handles from the cutlery that I use. I keep everything. I keep them in little, well, there's stuff over here, there's stuff on over there that you can't see, but I'm packed in here with items that I save because you never know what I might want to create. So I'm actually getting this first row done. I haven't taken it apart yet, so fingers crossed I'm doing a good job. Well, I was almost done with the first row, and I noticed that my positioning was off quite a bit because the spoons were overlapping. So I've taken those overlapping spoons off. I'm doing this part of the first row again, but I'm doing it facing with the spoons facing me so I can see whether or not they overlap, which I don't want them to at this point. I thought I did earlier, but I changed my mind again. So let's try and get this first row done, and then I will attempt a second row if I can get this one done. And for the spoons that I've put glue on and pulled off, I keep them. What I'll do is once the glue has set, I will get my little pliers out and pull the glue off. Therefore, I can reuse the spoons. I don't know if this is considered thrifty, smart. I don't know, but it's what I do. So I'm actually doing pretty good on this first row. So I just might be starting a second row. Hey, not bad so far. Okay, so let me see how much further I can get. I'm so happy. I got my first row done. So now I'm going to put a second row on behind the first row. And I will stagger those. I'll put 1 spoon behind every opening. Of course, I put a little bit of the E6000, the hot glue, position, old, and onward I go. Okay. And I keep my E6000 or whatever tube glue I'm using in this glass because it helps it from leaking. Because if you set it down, it lies horizontally, the glue leaks out. So by it standing up, I don't lose as much glue. And then 2, I always know where it's at. So this is working out really well. I'm putting that row on. So I will finish this up, and then I'm going to add some paint to it. I was just thinking to myself, you guys don't see my face or anything. I'm not a very photogenic person. I never have been, and I probably never will be. But the most important thing is that you're able to hear me. So I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. I'm so proud of myself. 2 rows done. Now to add some paint and figure out what color I'm going to use. It'll be a surprise. Okay, well, a couple changes. The 3rd row of spoons didn't turn out, so I switched to forks. And I've already added color. I believe this is sea foam green. So now I'm going to be adding my 4th row, which will also be forks. And then I'll have to figure out what color I'll paint them. Well, as it turns out, I'm not very good with videotaping. So I think when we last left off, I might have been doing the green sea foam. And since then, I've added another row and filled in the bottom. And I'm going to paint those now. And as you can see, like I was saying, I think I said, and I didn't erase it, I don't throw away really anything. Even broken mirrors. See? Because I've reused those for crafts. And just, yes, this is an absolute pigsty. But it's my craft area. I know where everything is. And I'm enjoying myself. So let me paint and see where it leads me to. Well, this is the finished piece. I hope to have someone be my videographer one of these days because I'm sure these videos are just screwy. But if you knew who I was, you would understand. But anyway, this is the finished product, and I'm quite happy with it. I hope you like it too.